festival. You are listening to SGFR, podcast radio for the festival. Now broadcasting highlights and top picks, your tasty, tantalizing tease for this coming year.
Hi, Craig.
Hi,
he's got a good voice.
A great voice. He's got a great voice.
Yeah, I know. I think it would be great if Craig made an appearance in person at the festival, but we're having real trouble trying to arrange that. All right,
He might have an unfair advantage about winning all the games, I would say.
Well,
depending on who's been doing the programming of Craig.
There is a challenge there because some of the games does require a kind of corporeal presence, doesn't it? That was a hard word to say.
That's a good one. You're on fire on a Tuesday evening.
I don't know. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday. I say that, Leon, because this particular episode is going to go out on Friday. And it's not just going to go out on Friday. It's going to go out on Friday the 26th, which is the very first day of this year's festival. In fact...
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, I know. We're going to joust our way in to the festival with jolly hockey sticks and a medieval kind of ale, I hope, or something of that order.
I love it. Either that or Craig's hit time travel.
Yeah. Craig might be a time traveler. That's a thought. If someone rocks up at your jousting festival, the Unicorn Cup, which, by the way, dear listeners, is what we will be talking about a bit in a moment. Honest. If someone rocks up in a Star Trek uniform and a tricorder, sort of going around, maybe that's Craig.
Okay, I should keep my lookout.
Right, let's do the proper intro. Oh, sorry. Yes, I don't want to talk over you, but I was just going to do the proper introduction to say it is a joy and delight, which I actually, thinking about it, I say almost at every show. I just love meeting people who are a joy and a delight. It's a joy and a delight to have Leon Simmons with us, who is Questony General. He is Sir Quest-a-lot of the Unicorn Cup. And the Unicorn Cup is kind of one of the gems, perhaps the most glistening of glistening gems in this year's festival.
Ooh, I like that.
That's an intro, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I like the sound of being a glistening gem.
And someone has written a little description about what it is you're bringing to us. That reads thusly: "Dost thou wish to be entertained? To be crowned the champion of all champions? Then ye simply must join us for a weekend of medieval madness to enlist and bear witness to the Unicorn Cup." There we go.
Woo, yeah.
Yeah, crowd goes wild. Woo.
Absolutely.
Craig, sorry, no, not Craig, Leon.
Hello there. I am here. Yes, I am speaking. This is Craig. What would you like to know?
That's really surprisingly good. Reminds me of Nevermind the Buzzcocks, kind of like the robots who killed all of humanity. Right, anyway, I got distracted there. I just wanted to check, Leon, you have met, I know you've had lots of correspondence with Laura before, but have you spoken with her before?
Yes.
I have, yes. We've spoken in person. It was a treat, an absolute treat.
In which case, I will not introduce you guys, because you guys already know each other.
Yeah.
Leon, let me introduce you to our listener. Listener, this is Leon.
Oh, hello
Hi,
there,
Mum.
listener. Hi, Mum. Hi, Mum. We've made it. We're famous. We're on the Strange Games podcast on the very first day of the festival.
Yeah, Which is why I would love to ask you, Leon, could you please, let me try that again in proper English. Can you please tell us about the Unicorn Cup and your joyous, if not nefarious, plans for it?
Yes, absolutely. So the Unicorn Cup is a very silly get together that started off as something I did for my birthday, actually. Um, I've always been a fantasy nerd. I think that's fair to say. And I used to go to a lot of medieval events, jousting events, and medieval festivals. And it was a lot of fun spectating, but I simply decided it would be more fun if I was taking part. Now, I don't have a horse or access to one to learn to try to ride one, or a full suit of armor yet. So we decided for my birthday celebrations, let's just do our own. So it's basically, it's essentially I mean, I call it a low key LARP, which is, to be honest, probably not the best description because we play characters, but it's very, very silly.
Yeah.
Imagine a sports day for adults that's fancy dress, medieval, and very, very silly. And you're about there.
It does sound kind of joyous. And LARP is the word that went through my head a little earlier. However, the photo that's been put online, and I invite you, dear listener, to go have a look at it, is because it does look kind of fun. It has a lot of people dressed up in cosplay. Does that mean including some kind of dragon?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, how can you possibly have a fantastical medieval event without a dragon? And I'll be completely honest with you, we never quite know what we're going to get
Yeah.
because we're not very strict. I say medieval and I say a LARP, but really, the main order of the day is fun. It's silly fun. So
Right.
we've had Jedi's turn up. We haven't had a Craig robot yet, but maybe that could be fun. But yeah, people come dressed up, and sometimes people get really, really into character. A lot of us that usually host it are performers. We play actors for we act. We don't play actors. That would be really meta, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Um, we play characters for all kinds of immersive events. So we really, really get into it because for us it's great fun. We can just sort of just play. Really
Play's
for
good.
ourselves. Play is
Yeah.
good. Play. I would say play right now is more important than ever. Like we need to
Mm.
get together and laugh and have a bit of fun
Yeah.
because without going into anything, where things are tough right now across the
Right.
board for a lot of people, and it's been really nice. It's been really nice when people come along. People always, always, always come up to me and say, thank you so much. This is exactly what I needed. So that's always a really nice feeling to spread that joy.
So what are they thanking you for? What activities, what ignoble hilarity will you be putting them through?
So what we usually do, we start
Yes.
off with some silly races. So it'll
Uh-huh.
either be a variation of an egg and spoon race, because we're never organized enough to have an egg and a spoon. So we've had like a large orange and a small teaspoon. That's quite a challenge actually. So yeah, so we have those kind of three-legged races, sack races. Like I say, all the kind of sports day classics, but with our own little twists in there to make it even more fun. And then we usually do some archery. Now, obviously, we
Oh,
don't use sharp, proper
oh, good.
archery.
I was going to
Um,
say.
No, we have like a sticky fun sort of set, and a really big great target that we used actually for it used to be a wheel of misfortune from a Halloween event. So it's really, yeah, it's great. It really looks the part. But we're not actually going to be doing archery for this festival
Yeah.
because you've already got archery.
Yeah.
But but we do have some foam axes, so we might do a bit of axe throwing instead. Again, very safe and very silly. So we've got a helm. Again, it's only plastic. It's not even a real helmet. But people can try to throw the axes and hit the helmet off, which is, I mean, it's when you're on the beach and
Yeah.
someone puts a can down and they're
Yeah.
trying to throw, and it becomes this thing that just the more and more people get involved, and then you realize we cannot go home until someone
Someone.
hits this thing off.
Yes.
It's simple things. And then we finish the day with the joust.
Oh,
And so
yes.
how do you joust without horses? I hear you
Yeah.
ask.
Leon, how do you joust without horses?
That's a very good question. Allow me to try to answer it. Well, we do have horses, but our
Ooh.
horses are in the shape of two little kids' bikes that we've turned into noble steeds. So we have Princess, who is a unicorn, and we have Beast, who is a beastly stallion. And
Yeah.
I've got to be completely honest with you, half of the challenge is trying to ride them.
Do they fight back, these steeds? Do they need breaking in?
Well, they've been fairly broken in, but they like some people more than others, I think is fair to say. And then we have pool noodles, which we went for a real kind of like jam session of what we could use. What might be best is like we want to really hit each other. Obviously, we
Yeah.
don't want to like stab each other's faces off or poke anyone's eyes out.
Generally inadvisable.
Generally advisable. And then I was sat with my sister actually one day, and she said pool noodles, and we were like, "Oh, that's it, that's it!" And they're really, really great fun. I remember the very first time we tried it. I said to my friend, "Right, you just sit there. We won't. You just sit there, and I'm going to ride at
This
you."
is a very trusting friend.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm going to smash this thing right into your face, and let's just see. Let's just see if it hurts. And sure enough, he
Yeah.
got a black eye, and he
Whoa.
said, "Please never do that." No, I'm only joking. It was absolutely fine. Makes a really great noise. You get that
Oh, I bet.
connect, but it doesn't hurt at all. So it's
Like a flip.
perfect. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
exactly. And that's if you're riding, just straight at.
Yeah.
Now we've been doing it for a long time. People have got all kind of wild techniques of trying to sort of like wind it up and go around the side or try and get it on the back of someone. And
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah, there's a lot of serious technique actually when it comes to the joust.
The mind boggles. Are people split into teams? Are they fighting for the favors of fair maid? Are they, are they individuals in a very kind of neoliberal individual? Only one shall win, succeed. How's
Only
it set
one
out?
shall win. Well, basically, we've actually tried out all of those things. So
All right.
sometimes we'll have a tournament just to find one true champion.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll have houses or teams, and
Mhm.
sometimes we've just split it into two groups, which was actually quite nice as well. So we
Mm.
haven't quite finished deciding yet
All
exactly how we're going
right.
to run it for Strange Games, but
That's
I
good, right? Because it
think.
means you've got that element of flexibility depending on how the mood is, how many people turn
Yeah.
up.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. Because we don't know, there could be 10 people that want to have a go. There could be every single person that wants to have a go. So we're trying to be as smart as we can and remain as flexible as we can. But I think houses would probably be a way to go, I would imagine.
Well, we do
Oh,
already have the 4 original houses with
yes, we
flags in the very
do.
arena that you'll be playing in, so
But
Well,
it
there
also
we are.
it also occurs to me this year we're going to have some spy houses nefariously sneaking around the camp.
Ooh.
In that
Ooh.
there's a fellow game creator, Nikki, who's going to run mega spies, which could also host the full contingent, absolutely everybody at the festival, if they so wish. And they will secretly be members of different spy teams. though I don't know how that works out. And
I
how
don't think that would really translate to this though, because then you'd have to announce what your secret spy role is.
yeah, blow your title. Yeah, let's undermine one other game in order to get yours to.
I mean, there's room for some outrageous bluffing, perhaps potentially, but I love it. I love that there's some secret spies kicking around. That's great.
What do you win?
Perfect.
Do you win half the kingdom? What does a person? Do they win the hand of the fair maiden or prince or other? What do you get out of doing it?
Well, the answer is also in the title. We have
You
the
do.
Unicorn Cup. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which again, we thought long and hard about what to, and I swear down, this was exactly how it went down. I was kind of looking around and thinking, what can we use? And my nan randomly, completely unrelated, messaged me on WhatsApp, sent me a picture of this unicorn statue, and was like, I don't suppose you'd like this. It's kind of up your street. I'm thinking about getting rid of it.
I love
And I
how
was
well your nan
literally like,
knows you.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
This
yeah,
is right up your street.
oh yes. Luckily, I live a very silly life, and these things happen quite often. I often get gifted all kinds of weird and wonderful things that people go,
Wonderful.
Leon would love this. This is right up his alley. So and it was and it's absolutely beautiful. I went to see it and picked it up, and we sprayed it gold, and in fact, I'll tell you a little story. Actually, it was so beautiful, almost too beautiful.
You
I
nearly
should say.
couldn't give it up.
I nearly couldn't give it up, so I had to win the first Unicorn Cup, and so it could come home with me, and we did actually get a second Unicorn Cup, which is still amazing. Some might argue as amazing, but it's not the original because it's just too it's too good. It's too good. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. Okay,
It's the
but
holy grail of unicorn cups.
it really
None shall have
is.
it but thee. Wow.
Is it
Honestly,
infused with the spirit of the original Unicorn Cup at
oh,
least?
of course,
Oh, I like that.
yeah. It really is. Yeah, and we've been doing it for 3 years now, so it's yeah, it's got quite a following. It's great. You never quite know who's going to turn up or how many, but we literally just did another one on Sunday actually, which was great fun. I did have to stop winning though, so I'm not allowed to win anymore.
Oh, shame. Yes.
Sad,
You may
isn't it?
gather around so that I may win. How many are in your team, and how gloriously dressed up will they be? And actually, if you don't mind me cramming another question in there, will you be
Right.
able to provide stuff for other people to dress up as well? Or I'm thinking about our campers and yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what we usually do is I've got quite an extensive collection of weird and wonderful things, as I mentioned. So I do usually bring along a few things. Mostly everyone, put something together themselves. But for those people that might not have something, and to just add a little bit of, it's way more fun if you get a little bit more dressed up, even if it's just one item of clothing. So yes, we will have a few bits that people can wear if they haven't bought anything themselves. And I'm trying to find at the moment actually some sort of like, like if you're at a school and you're doing sports and they put you in one of the sort of like team shirts.
The
I don't know if I'm
bibs.
describing it. Yeah, the bibs. Yes, exactly that. I'm trying to find some thematic bibs
Oh, fun.
or tabards.
Wow.
That would, yeah. So yeah, at the very least, we will have two separate things or four separate things to represent the houses that people can put on whilst
Nice.
they
I shall have to send
compete.
you the colours of the flags.
Oh, please do. Yeah, that would be excellent. Are they just coloured flags, or do they have any symbols?
Oh, they've
So
got.
we have the
Yeah.
green snakes, we have the blue battleships, we have the yellow jokers, and the orange rooks.
Oh, yes, I love it. We can do
All
yes.
old school game theming.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's snakes and
Perfect.
ladders, technically, not just snakes.
Got it. Yeah, we can do. Yeah, we can play with that for sure. Because we also, what we usually do is in the middle of all of this, because when we do these events, they run for a good few hours. And we sort of break for feasting and merriment. And sometimes people bring instruments and have a little sing song. But we have also given people sort of creative tasks to do as well. So we've had people design a coat of arms. We've had people present a poem. We've had people doing interpretive dances. So we probably will bring a little bit of some of that in there as well. Again,
Superb.
just for the full-rounded silliness,
Yeah.
It sounds perfect. It sounds like an excellent. I can't think of the right word to crown the festival. And did you say how many of your team are going to be rocking up? Because you've got your two kind of stable. You've got the two horses, so they need stable hands.
Absolutely, exactly. Of course. Can't let them running wild. I mean, I haven't told them yet that we're going to a festival, because they probably will get rather excited already and start hatching all kinds of plans. Maybe they're the spies already, and I don't even know it. I don't know, but it's just going to be two of us running the games. Good friend of mine, Ben from Buck Games. Buck Games is also an immersive events company that do all sorts, and we've worked together for I think about 7 or 8 years now, doing all kinds of things, from live events to festivals, escape rooms, and now we're both making board games as well. So,
and of course, you'll both be playtesting your games on a Saturday at the festival as well.
absolutely, yes.
Brilliant segue.
I've got. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Laura got in before I did because she's just competent, whereas I'm just in and got that question. Yeah, Leon, please tell us about the games you're going to be playtesting with us. I'd love to know.
So, Questiny is my baby, my flagship, if you like, which I bought with me last year, and it's basically it's my love letter to 80s fantasy. So I grew up with, and I mean 80s fantasy in general, the general feeling of 80s fantasy, because I grew up watching The Labyrinth and The Dark Crystal, and
Yes.
which honestly, The Labyrinth is kind of in my blood, and it was very much like what got me into magic, because I also perform magic. It got me into just immersive, I want to be in these worlds. That's what it comes down to. I want to live and breathe and be in them. So during the pandemic, I think it was probably the same for a lot of creatives, sitting around twiddling my thumbs, and was like, I want to go on an adventure. So I started to look up some fantasy games, and I couldn't quite find any that were doing it for me. And I like a creative challenge as well. So I thought I'll make my own. This is the perfect time to just give it a go. So it's a dungeon crawler style game, 1 to 4 players, so it can be played solo. And you are a bunch of intrepid adventurers making your way across the fair lands of Labyrinthia to try and storm a castle, reclaim an artifact, and escape in one piece. And it's got some really fun, nice tactile moving parts. So it's got a labyrinth section which actually has these rotating wheels. So the actual board itself is twisting and turning. Which is great for trapping. Yeah, it's really fun. It adds a completely different element to every single game. And then you've got some swinging axes, some actual 3D little axes that swing down and up. Honestly, someone described it so well once. They said, this game's awesome because it's a board game, but it's also a toy. And I was like, you're so right. And those are the kind of things that that excite me about. I love those little attention to details and anything that can kind of elevate a game off the table a little bit and just give it, just make it feel as immersive as possible, you know. So that's my my kind of flagship game. But I'm also bringing another game, which is Trolls Toll, and this is the one I'll be playtesting in the actual playtest session. And this one, honestly, it came to me in 24 hours. It was kind of crazy. After spending years working on Questiny, I went for a walk in the woods with my partner one day, and
you met
we'd
a
been
troll.
playing. Basically, yeah. Luckily, I had some gold, so it wasn't too much of a problem. I just handed it straight over, and we skipped off, and it was happily ever after. Which is a nice tale when it comes to trolls. But no, we pretty much we did. We literally crossed the bridge. It was a really epic, really cool looking bridge, and it just kind of. And I said, "Oh, this is like a trolls bridge," and it was just one of those like ping moments. And I kind of slept on it that because I thought that would be really, because on a bridge you're limited, right? You can't go off the side. You've just got to get across. So I was like, oh, there's definitely something there, and slept on it. Woke up, made some notes, bashed out a prototype, and we played it that evening. And we were all kind of like, well, that was fun. that works. So it's actually had kind of, I'll be honest, minimal tweaking since then. It's just a simple, really simple concept. It kind of borrows some of the similar mechanics to Questiny, but with a slightly different setup. And yeah, I'm really excited about this one as well. It's a shorter game. I mean, Questiny is also very simple as well. I'm someone that gets too overwhelmed by too many rules. I just want to jump in and start adventuring. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm really excited to bring that one along as well.
Brilliant.
You know, so am I for all three of those. That sounds amazing. I think we better do the public service thing of letting people know how they can find you and how it is they can engage in such a way that they might not be disappointed at missing the boat.
Oh, yes.
That might be a question for Laura, really. I don't know.
So I can tell you the timings, and I'll pass to Leon for how to get involved. But the timings are, the playtest session is from 11 in the morning on Saturday until notionally until 2 o'clock. And then the Unicorn Cup is on both days between 3 and 5 in the arena, and the playtest is in Shackleton Lodge.
It's a double dose of spectators. We need a spectator area for the Unicorn Cup, surely.
Yeah, so I exactly that. I think what we need a good crowd, people that might not necessarily want to physically play the games themselves, but want to come and cheer people along, and vote for who they thought was best, and get involved in a kind of more of a laid back spectator kind of way. And then of course we need some champions. We need some people who want to come and really get stuck in, and have some fun, have some silly fun. So we'll be there. I imagine what we'll do is have the first part of just people that want to sign up. So when they come over, they can present themselves, and we'll start building a list of people who are actually going to compete, and we'll put them in some finery, and then we'll just jump in. We will just jump into the tournament. And I haven't. Again, we're yet to have our meeting for exactly how we're going to try and swing it with this. But because we've got 2 days, we're kind of not sure yet if we're going to do a sort of separate tournament on each day, or progress from one day to a kind of champion of champions, or a little bit of both. So we might bring the champions from day 1 into day 2, or something along those lines. So we shall see. But it's going to be great. We're really excited.
Yeah,
Well, Leon, I thank you. That does sound amazing. I'm hoping that you'll get some time to be able to join us in the other activities at the festival. They'll be pale and tame in comparison to yours, but they still might be entertaining. And having said that, I might just take my extra long lunch break, pack a picnic, and sit there and watch you guys. It sounds just
Please
hilarious.
Please do.
I mean, the arena's just such a perfect space to just rock up and watch all the madness.
This is so true.
Yeah, absolutely.
With one of the snacks from the lovely food stalls, just sit on the grass. Yeah, I'm looking forward.
Paint a wonderful picture. Tell you.
Well, based on previous years, it is a wonderful picture.
Yes. Yeah, we're really excited because, like I say, we were there last year, but I was just running Questiny demos all weekend. So to be there this weekend and doing this as well, just because I've worked festivals since I was about 15, and it's festivals are great fun to go to, but I think I sometimes struggle if I'm not actually involved in some way. Because it's just a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling to know that you're contributing to the joy, and actually being part of that. So yeah, it's a double whammy this year. Really up for it.
Oh, we're lucky to have you. And we're also lucky to have you on this show. This is the 26th show in this season of episodes that we kicked out for the Strange Games Festival. It is a complete I don't know what the word is. It's a joy. It's a cap of gold on top of everything to end the season with Leon and the Unicorn Cup. Thank you, sir.
No worries. Thanks for having me. What an absolute honor. And now all we have to do is live up to the hype.
You've been listening to SGFR, the podcast radio channel for the Strange Games Festival.
This season's hosts have been James, Laura, Andy, and Craig.
And if you'd like to come on the show, message us on the festival radio channel on the Strange Games Festival Discord server.